it's set up.
0.987.
As we go around
Only
this
man
corner,
to break
he can
that
get a
barrier.
nice
Well,
exit.
Julian Janoski
As he goes a
alongside
little
championship
less
leader
wide
will be
than
very,
Verke. He
very
might be able
interesting
to
to
set
see how
himself
he
up. I think
does.
he's far too
Nathaniel
back
Simpson will be
for,
on
an actual
row number 2.
attempt
He's
of,
joined by
of a
Ricardo
move
Ferreira.
on the
Robert
inside.
Plumley.
But he's
What a
gaining,
lap in the
and
147.
yeah,
He gets
it's
himself
not
up into
happening right now
P
for
number
Newman.
5. He's joined alongside Verke, not enough,
especially when there's just still the hint of slipstream that comes up ahead
Roy
from
Verke
Alex
for the Euro
Everett.
team's
Interesting
on
to look
row
at times
number
here.
4 there, the
112.2,
Belgian against
112.2.
2.
The Welshman,
112
Alex
flat for
Everett
Pete
there,
Ewan
Welsh
here.
Dynamite,
He's
trying
within
to
3
prove he is
3/10,
prevalent
not
once
enough.
again. Got to be
With
within
Max Rice and
2/10.
Law Murray locking
Coming
out
out
row
of that final
5.
corner.
Row
If you
6
want
for the
any
moment, it's Carlos
opportunity,
Daguez
you've
and
got
Peter
to
Van
get
Gool.
yourself
Klaas Pettersson
looking
there in
towards the
13th,
front of
Gabriel
this one.
Pereira
You've got to
14th,
look at the
Jürgen
USBB
Maurer,
15th,
Cesare
Cesare
Rizzo
Rizzo
16th,
Julian
Janoski,
Janoski,
and what you really do
there
have
is
to look
Jason
at right
Greenfield,
now
Marius
is
Mulder,
that
Dave
gap
Christie
coming
Carl's
down.
not setting
It's
a lap time.
1.2
You look at Henry Reeder, the
seconds at the
penalised
moment,
Adam
and
Hadfield,
1.2
seconds.
the
Could be
Hairflick
nothing by the
Stevens
end of
as
the race.
well.
It could be a
So
great
Toby, it's certainly going to be an interesting race to see. It's certainly going to be interesting to see who is going to prevail
Yeah.
of this one.
Yeah, for sure. Janoski's been gaining a few laps now. I have noticed that. I just dropped back towards the back of the field to watch the Plumley and Greenfield battle, which has now involved Peterson after, it has to be said, Greenfield had quite a big off. I'm not sure if we're able to get a replay of that up on the screen. It just happened earlier this lap. Went straight on at the gravel trap when he was right behind Plumley, and that has brought Peterson into this battle now. And these two are fairly new, fairly inexperienced, and the battling down here now, it's nothing too spicy. But saying that, Peterson is very daring on the brakes comparing to Greenfield, and I think he might actually have the opportunity.
Going to interrupt you because here.
I mean, this is the problem we have when we have battles everywhere. As you were describing that battle, Jake, was Greenfield actually got past, and now he's managed to sell it on. Oh, Plumley's gone very wide and actually hit a car coming back on track there, just a tap on the rear. But yeah, that's a fantastic job. Greenfield up 2 positions in the space of not even a lap, not even half a lap. About a quarter of a lap, he got up a position into turn 1 and then followed it through, and Plumley is just slipping under the pressure. But yeah, as you were saying, the battle for the front is getting closer than it's ever been since the start of lap 1 now, Jake.
Most certainly. Number 2
of your BSR MSA Kia World Series race, brought to you on iRacing Live, here live from Summit Point, and Diogo Maro in the end will pick up the win by 0.3 of a second over Julian Janoski in the Highlanders outfit. There you can see Alex Everett gets himself on the podium in 3rd, with Roy Verke 4th, Pete Newman there in 5th, with Carlos Daguez there alongside in 6th. Max Wright then would finish 7th after a good result there. Ricardo Ferreira 8th. Adam Hadfield, special shout out to him, 23rd to 9th, plus 14. Take your hat off to him. Nathaniel Simpson there in 10th after the incident with Robert Plumley. You can see Kip the Hairflick Stevens there. Not the best race. He finishes off in the end in 11th position. He's up 11 though, which is a very good result for him. Peter Van Gool, Klaas Pettersson. You look at Lewis Bibby, Craig McLeod-Evans not getting as far forward as he wanted to. Jason Greenfield there. Robert Plumley bearing the brunt then in this race, and you look at the likes of Henry Reid and Marius Mulder. Cesare Rizzo is a lap down, so potentially on a full reverse grid he will be there trying to get himself forward, but cars not finishing the race. Law Murray, Dave Christie, Gabriel Pereira and Stephen Hall. So let's get ourselves then a driver interview, and the driver that we need to interview is your race winner right now. 18th to 10th, and now he has the potential to do it again. Just a couple of drivers once again we are waiting to try and get, and then we will be out and away and going for gold, going for glory here. On comes Robert Plumley into session, just waiting now for absolutely no one here because the engines are revving, the lights on top of the gantry are green lit just about now. Here we go, we are underway here at what is Summit Point. A good start from Plumley there on the 2nd row, but has to bump draft behind Mulder, and that's going to close everything up. Look at the run Lewis Bibby's got. He's going to try and thread the needle. Head himself down to turn 1. Contact. Marius Mulder turns himself around down at turn number 1. He's planted on the apex, and they've got to go and bottleneck behind. Daguez will go off as well there, and it just seemed bottlenecking up. Plumley had nowhere to go, and in the end, Plumley involved in an incident that really didn't need to happen, and Plumley himself will spear hard into the wall down at turn number 3. It's all gone wrong for Plumley once again here, Toby.
Yeah, and that is Plumley's main problem is his luck. He never has any luck lately, and that is an absolute heartbreak for a man who had arguably the best position to win this race, but a phenomenal start from Lewis Bibby. That was insane. I was actually watching...
Well, contact, that's Diogo Melro turn around down in the field. That's Melro there, involved with Max Wright, and also the car of Jason Greenfield. Now, the incident that's happened there is that Jason Greenfield's trying to get out of the way of everyone, trying to serve a slow down penalty. Hasn't worked out in his favour. Instant has turned himself around, and many drivers then getting caught out in these opening laps here. But there is Constance coming in through. Cesare Rizzo is out and away for the moment. He does on the brakes. There's contact! And Kip Stevens will go sliding across the circuit.
Rizzo into
contact
the back.
with Rizzo. Secondary contact turns him around. It's all gone horribly wrong. Janoski is through now on Alex Everett. And now Kip Stevens' opportunity is dashed in the blink of an eye. It happens just like that. Round the outside goes Janoski. That car is heavily damaged. And you have to say, it's game over. Lewis Bibby has won out in the end by 3.1 seconds over the car of Ricardo Ferreira. Pete Newman will finish up the final guy on the podium with Nathaniel Simpson there in 4th. Julian Janoski will outshine his rival Alex Everett once again in 5th, Everett 6th. Kip Stevens there will finish in 7th with Roy Vervaker in 8th. Peter Van Gool 9th, Diogo Melro after that lap 1 incident, well, he managed to fight back for a top 10, but it certainly wasn't convincing. Hall there in 11th, Cesare Rizzo 12th, and looking back down, McLeod Evans, the likes of Jason Greenfield, likes of Henry Reeder, cars that failed to finish the race. Look at Murray, Christy Mulder, Peterson there, Pereira, Hadfield, and the very unfortunate Robert Plumley as well. But we are going to try and quickly grab a driver interview. Let's bring in the other of the Discovery guys, and that is a driver known as a Mr. Pete Newman as well. And here he is. Pete, what a good race that was. 3rd in the end. It was just getting tight towards the end. Everyone was just going in at 6s and 7s. And as soon as you caught Cesare Rizzo, opportunity to arise, to be the best that they can be. Their engines, they're revving. The final time tonight. We're waiting for potentially a green flag coming up in just about now. Here we go. We are underway for what is the final round of the evening. And well, what a great start from Jason Greenfield. Rizzo's got a stormer as well. It's going to be Diguez who's going to fall through the field. And now you can see Melro in a great position then. Just waiting, staying patient here. Couple of drivers looking for it. There's contact midway through the field. Diguez there going over. Rizzo now taking evasive action onto the grass. Not worked out in that respect, but not as big as what it could have been. And it's going to be hairy.
And almost causing quite an incident early on, but there's 3 wide on the straight now. That is Hall, Greenfield, and Melra was 3 abreast. It's the best, of course, as they say, on the straight. Very tight coming through the first corner now, Jake, and it's all kicked off early on.
Cesare Rizzo on pit road. He must have some form of damage, because now you look at what's going on. Melra around the outside, Janoski around the outside. Greenfield has been swamped. There's the Bermuda driver, and now here comes Peter Van Gool. Looking at the inside, which turns to the outside for turn number 5. No, wait behind just for 1 moment, please, because that move is not certainly going to happen.
Amateur mistake like that, that was a big one. Could have caused a lot more incidents. Diguez's chances definitely hindered. He's now been hit by a Cymru car of Hall behind. Janowski going up the outside of Hall. Is he going to be able to hold it on this occasion? Yes, he is. Pulls off that sweeping manoeuvre we saw from Ferreira earlier on in the race.
Wide maybe, no, but now Van Gool on the back. This is certainly opening up here as it's a 4-car train. Contact! And Max Wright will head himself into the barrier, and his race is over and done with for now. And it all ended in tears. It threatened once, it threatened twice, but 3 times my lady. And over goes Diguez, who feels he's the aggressor and knows he's the aggressor, and he will pull himself out of this race, giving the lead to Janoski and possibly the race win as well. Van Gool still there. Vervaker 3rd, Hadfield 4th, Stevens 5th, Hall 6th. Oh my word, what have we just seen? That is the move that could have potentially just decided a championship.
That could be still very early on.
Pereira finishing his race in 8th, Plumley 9th, McLeod Evans, he rounds out the top 10, but there's Peterson, Murray, Christy, Mulder, Melro. And there is the attrition value. Lewis Bibby 1 lap down. Adam Hadfield doesn't finish. Max Wright, Diguez, Greenfield, Reeder, Ricardo Ferreira, and also Cesare Rizzo as well. But we do have time for 1 more driver interview for you. And his name is Peter Van Gool. It's been a while since we last talked to him. So